Alright guys, today I'm bringing you an exciting video of something that I'm adding to my collection that I've actually been wanting probably for like almost 2 years at this point, ever since I found out about them. And basically what it is it is a touchscreen device that was obviously set up at bars and stuff. You guys may recognize this as soon as you see it, because you may have seen it at your local bars, you know, a few years back. I think the last time that they were in bars was 2014, as I think the last year that they were actually in there. And basically what this is that a Merit Touch system. So it's a bunch of games that were sitting at a bar top, and they had a bunch of different games on it, all touchscreen based, some of them with controls and stuff. And you know, you had tournaments on there. People obviously would pay money to play them, and it keeps track of all high scores, all that kind of stuff. And I knew about this a while ago, and for some reason when I was looking up videos to see more details about it on YouTube, I found hardly any good videos on it. Either they were over 10 years old and never got anything about it that was actually useful, or they were like a minute-long video that weren't really showing, you know, very much about it. So this is my first video on the system. This is the general overview of what the system is like, what it actually has on it, the options and stuff like that. If you guys are interested in seeing the actual games in detail, there's almost 200 games on here, so I can't obviously show them in one video. So if you guys want to see certain games, leave those comments down below on this video and let me know, and I'll make a series of videos showing all these individual games, you know, whether it be, you know, 5 games at a time or 10 games at a time, depending on how many people actually want to see this. So definitely leave those comments down below and let me know if that's something you guys are interested in. But today, we're looking in detail about the actual system itself, what games are actually on here in general, some of the options and stuff, and how cool the system is. So let me go ahead and show you.
Gaming tech, eating brekkie is the gaming tech, going for a recce is the gaming tech, gaming techie is the gaming tech, gaming techie.
Alright guys, so here's a look at my Megatouch. So this Megatouch is the IOn hardware. It is the 2014 edition, so it's basically the last one that came out as far as the hardware goes and the games that were included. This is the 2014 edition, so you can see here, when I click here, you get to this main menu, and then you can hit play for fun. And you're sitting here at the main menu, and you see that it's the 2014 edition. Now, I've been wanting to get one of these actually for a long time. These are hard to come by, and they're really expensive. If you look, you know, if you just go on straight up on eBay and just, you know, look for them. That way, you know, they're going to cost you over $1,000 if that's what you're looking for. So I was able to get a really good deal on this one. And it's, you know, everything works. The buttons work and everything. Touchscreen is flawless. And, you know, it has an SSD inside. So it's not using the original hard drive, which is good. It's now on an SSD. So hopefully that means that this will last for a much longer time, since I don't have to worry about at least the hard drive dying on me. So that's good. And the cash machine also works. It can take dollar bills and all that stuff just like it used to. So one of the main reasons that I wanted to do this video, and unfortunately crazy, is that when I first wanted to look for these, I was actually looking to find, you know, looking to see if somebody actually made one of these videos on YouTube, and they were really hard to come by. They were either really old from like 10 plus years ago when these used to be in bars and stuff, or they just didn't show didn't show the system very well. It was like a minute-long video, and that was it. There were just terrible videos on Megatouches on YouTube, so I was like, all right, I definitely need to do one of these. And one of the coolest features that wasn't even talked about in any YouTube video that I ever saw is this whole tournament feature right here. So if you're home and you want to do games and tournaments and stuff, you can actually come in here into the options and actually set up a tournament, and you know, basically come in here and randomly have games that pop up during certain times, so you can have fun with your friends, and it keeps track of all the leaderboards and stuff and lets you basically play tournaments. So that's a really cool feature that no one ever talks about, that you can basically go into the options, and I'll go to the options here in a little bit. But you go into the options and you can basically set up a tournament, and, you know, set up the time frame, set up what games you want to play in that tournament, and you know, the time frame and all that, and then it just keeps track of all the scores, and then when the tournament ends, you basically declare a winner. So I don't know why that feature was never discussed, that you can actually do that with these at home, but it works really well, and it's really cool that that's a feature in here. One of the other things, of course, that I like about this that really made me want to get it is I'm a big fan of having games that people can come in here and basically play, you know, local multiplayer, where it keeps track of high scores for me. And this is obviously one of the big features, that every single game on here keeps track of local high scores. Obviously, either when you power off the machine, it still keeps track of it because it's all saved onto the drive. And there's a hell of a lot of games on here. So you can see here that the new games for 2014 are sitting in their own category. There's puzzles, cards, quiz and word, strategy, kids club, and action. So if we start here into the puzzle category, there's I believe the last time I counted, there's like 200 games in here or something close to it. So these are the different games, and you can come in here and select them, and then it gives you a little bit of a preview. It shows you if they're one-player games or two-player games. And if I actually had a high score, I haven't played every single game on here because, like I said, there's a lot of games on here. Me and my wife started to play some of these, but you can see how many games are on here. And if I scroll through, one of the ones I know we played is Photohunt. So that was a really good game, and that is a two-player game. Funkier Monkeys, a really solid one as well. So there's definitely some really, really solid games on here. Action category, of course, uses a lot of these buttons here. Some of the games use, but I think I've come across 2 games that mandatory use this button, and then every other game you could use a touchscreen or you could use the buttons. So every game, basically 95% of the games work with just the touchscreen, and some of them have the ability to use a touchscreen or this one, but usually they work better with the touchscreen anyway. But there are a couple of games that I've come across, 2 to be exact so far, that make you use this control stick, and you can't use the touchscreen at all. You have to use it. One of the games that's actually is beer pong. You can see it flashes and tells you if you're off of it. You can see it flashes telling you that you can use the control stick, but this one lets you use the touchscreen or the actual control stick, like I was saying before. So yeah, there's a lot of different games on the action side that we can play here. So let's actually dive into one of the action ones. Let me go through and let's do that beer pong one that we were talking about. So if we click the beer pong one and we hit one player, see here it loads up. We'll do normal. And then it shows you how to throw. So in this game, it's actually really simple. So like I said, you can either use a control stick or the touchscreen. So I actually think this playing this way is easier. So I'm going to show you this way first. So you basically just drag your hand, and wherever you let it go is where it actually goes. And we hit a cup. Now, you can also, as you can see, take this back here and kind of hold it back and then let go right there. And then when wherever you put it with the control stick, then you hit this button, and that's how you shoot it. So, I mean, either way works, but you can see that it's definitely more simple to just use a touchscreen and just kind of like put it where it's supposed to go and then just let it go is obviously an easier way to play this. So, oh wow, that was like halfway in the cup and right back out. Not doing great. And this is obviously one of the games that does do 2 players. Right now, I'm of course playing against the AI, but you could play against a computer or a human if you want. There we go. All right, so let's back out of that game and let's look at a few others. So you can see that there's just a lot of different games on here in the action section. So let's show Hoop Jones. That's another really good one here. Also a 2-player game if you want it to be. So this is all about timing. Which is hard to do when you're holding a phone at the same time. So that'd be my timeout for the first round. There's multiple rounds in this one. This one's from a little bit further back. This game is hard to begin with, never mind trying to do it while you're staring at a phone screen through a viewfinder. And then you do the last round, which is even further back. Yeah, you guys get the idea. And then, of course, if you hit the top 10 on the leaderboards, which we will here, we get second place with 50. Then you basically come in here and you put your name. It asks you for your name here, so... And then it asks you to, if you want a Merit account, you just hit no. And then your name goes on the leaderboard, and it shows you the exact date that you actually hit that leaderboard. So, really cool stuff. There's, like I said, a ton of different games on here. There's bowling, there's mini golf, there's games that they've created, there's air hockey, there's pool, there's a fish game that's kind of like Snake. There's a lot of different games in here. And then there's a kids club that's in here as well that is showing up. And you can also, I have mine set that during the day it shows these kids games, a kids category. And then after 7 o'clock at night, I have it set to, because you can adjust all these options, I have it set to show the exotic, so the kids club goes away and the exotic stuff shows up. I can't show you that on YouTube because it will probably get flagged, but basically there's a set of a bunch of exotic games like in Photohunt. You know, one of the most popular games on here is Photohunt. So for example, if we go into regular Photohunt, you'll see that it shows you two pictures, and when it shows you two pictures, you have to spot the difference. Well, in the exotic section, there's a photo hunt for like males and a photo hunt for women, and obviously they're just naked, and you have to like figure out like, you know, what spots on them are different from each picture. So, and then there's like a strip poker one where you there's also like a strip poker one where you're playing cards, and if you win your hands in poker, then she gets more and more naked, and, you know, stuff like that. So there is exotic games on here if you want them. You could turn them off like I do during certain hours and turn them back on during other hours, or leave them on the whole entire time. It's up to you which way you want to do it. There is a lot of card games as well, like I said. So there's a selection of card games on here. So those are the card games. And then there's Quiz and Word. One of the most popular things on here that people like is the trivia aspect of it. And there's definitely a lot of trivia games on here. Trivia Whiz 1, Trivia Whiz 2, Trivia Whiz Junior, Tic-Tac-Toe Trivia, Hollywood Match. A lot of good trivia games on here and a lot of good word games as well. And then there's a strategy section. Some good stuff in here as well. Like I said, I haven't played all of these games because there's just a lot. Luxor 2. Everyone should be familiar with that game. That works really well on here. Dominoes, Battle Command, like Battleship. So there's some good ones in there. And then the 2014 games, these are the ones that are specifically that came out in 2014 that are really good in here. So there's, like I said, almost close to 200 games on here that you can actually do. So there's definitely a lot of games on here, and the tournament feature is cool. You can even, I don't know if I'm going to get it to show up if I can't put it in the video, but basically when you don't touch a screen, obviously like you guys saw, it will go into like this mode where like it's just showing you random pictures and stuff like that. And when it's showing you random pictures, you can actually customize one as an ad. So when they were in bars, you can have these customizable ads that the bars can use to like advertise things in their bar, like, hey, you know, buy one get one free, or happy hour, stuff like that. Well, in mine, I set it up. So yeah, this is going through like different games and stuff, but I have mine set up also to basically now randomly show like my channel name and my UrGamingTechie's game room. So when people are walking by it, sometimes it will show that and say UrGamingTechie's game room. So that's cool. But it is random. It shows sometimes during this sequence here. Like it has a bunch of like random things, pictures and game videos that show up, and one of mine is the ads, so sometimes it shows up when it's on here. One of the other things you could do in here is, obviously I could open this up with the key that's on top of there, and you can also go into the settings menu. So let me show you that real quick to give you guys an idea of what you can do in the settings. And actually, as soon as I was about to show you guys that, it showed that UrGamingTechie, so I think you guys just got a glimpse of that logo, of what it actually looks like. So now you guys know what I was talking about. But let me show you the settings. Alright, so this is the actual settings menu, and the way you actually get into the settings, something that I had to figure out, is you basically have to take this key, at least on this model, and open this up. I can't show you inside because it's hard to look in there, but basically there's like a little panel on it there, and there's like 6 different buttons. So you actually have to look inside. You'll see all the PC parts and stuff in there. And while you're in there, there's a button there for a reset inside. So there's actually no way to get into the menu without, at least on this model, without actually getting inside the actual unit. There's not like a menu button on the side or on the screen or any way to get to it any other way. But this is where you can come in here and set everything up. So you can do credits and pricing. So you can set how much you have to play each game. If you're gonna set it up with the cash, right now I have it set to free play, which you can also set up in here, either free play or credits. Then it shows you all the games set up, so you can come in here and change all the games that show up, which is cool. Then there's also the high score feature, so you can clear all the high scores if you need to that have already been set. Oh, that's some more cash stuff. You can come in here and set the time. This is actually the only way to control the volume, too. The volume of the actual game that I have set on 80. You can't control the volume in any other way. I have it set to 80 at always, and there's no other way to control the volume. It's always at that level. Unless if you come in here and open the unit up and, you know, get into the menu and stuff. If you come back into here, there's diagnostics, there's network, which you don't really use anymore because there's no network or internet connection with this thing anymore. This is the tournament feature I was talking about. You can come in here and set up tournaments. You can set the hour, the time, the month, and then you come in here and you got a bunch of tournament sequences. So you can set tournament sequence 1 and set the game that you want to play, and then set the next game you want to play, and then the next game, and then the next game, depending on which one you're actually playing. And that will kind of show these games up, and you can select the games right from here on which one you actually want to come up next. Shows you how long the tournament actually lasts, the prize pool, the cash, what the prize starts at, and all that kind of stuff. And then you can set it to run right there. So that was the tournament stuff I was talking about. You can clear the winners and reset it. So the presentation, operator ad screen is what I was talking about. There's the UrGamingTechie sign I was showing before that I created on here. So you can come in here and create some ads. And then some promotion stuff that resolves my Merit account that they used to have on here that you can save your high scores to, but obviously that doesn't work anymore since Merit's not around anymore, unfortunately. And these have not worked in there for a while. So yeah, a lot of different options that you can set in here and mess with if you want, and then you can just exit, and then it goes obviously right back to the main menu. So that's a little bit of an overview of the actual Megatouch. Obviously, there's a lot more games that I can get into on here. The last game I want to show you guys, I know I've only showed you a couple, but I obviously couldn't make a video showing you every single one on here because we'll be here all day. But one of the most popular ones is, of course, Photohunt. So I'm going to show you at least what Photohunt looks like, so you get another idea of what another game on here looks like. So on Photohunt, it says when a photo appears, touch 5 differences, and you get a penalty if you touch the wrong one. So on here, this is going to be even harder that I'm looking through a viewfinder than it usually is. And you get 3 hints there on the bottom. So you can see here, that's a difference. That one's not in the picture on the other one. Let's see. That's a difference. That's not there in the other picture. What else do we have? What else do we have? And you can see the timer going up there that you have in order to find them all. And your points going down when you're not finding them. Where the hell do I not see another one? And then if you touch the wrong one, you get an error. And then you have to hurry up. So I'm just going to use the hints. There's one I was missing. Then you can get another hint. So you can get up to 3 hints in round 1 and still get your score. And then the next time, now you used all your hints. Now you don't get any more hints in this round because you used it. But that's basically the philosophy of this game. And they do have a 2-player mode, so you can go back and forth, which is cool. Which is a cool way to do it as well. So you can actually, you know, go back and do that. And then, like I said, every game has high scores, and that's what I really like about this thing. The fact that I can set high scores with everything and have people playing and stuff and always see these high scores is cool. And the tournaments get advertised right here on the front. This is the tournament that's going on now. Tells you when it ends, the prize pool and stuff. So really, really solid machine. A really, really cool touchscreen. A really good add-in to my game room. Something that I've wanted for probably over a year at this point. And I was waiting to get it for a good deal, and I finally did. And I'm excited that this is the model that I found, the 2014 edition with all of these games on here. And if you guys want to see more about this unit, and you guys want me to make like a series of it and show you, like, you know, 5-10 games every time I make a video, comment down below and I'll definitely make more videos showing strictly of the games. This is just a general overview of the actual system to give you guys an idea of what it is. But if people are interested, I'll definitely make more videos on this thing and show games specifically that people want to see. So comment down below if that's what you guys want. So yeah, that's the Megatouch IOn 2014 edition. If you guys have any other questions, as always, leave it down below. If not, thank you guys for watching. Till next time.
Gaming Techie. Gaming tech, eating brekkie is the gaming tech. Going for a recce is the gaming tech. Gaming techie is the gaming tech. Gaming techie.